Errol Spence claims he is doing the heavy lifting in the welterweight division. He got the Ugas fight, 3 belts on the line. Terence Crawford had his belt since he moved up to the welterweight division. What's really going on? I'm going to talk about all that and more in this video. Some people think the Spence-Crawford fight could happen, but I'm not 100% sold, even after the Ugas fight, that it will happen. I'll explain why, and if you want to know why, stay tuned to this video. You don't want to miss this. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. If you love the content, all things boxing, throw a like on the video. It goes a long way when you guys push that like button. Subscribe as well. Also, if you're looking for some dope headphones, use my link in the description. You'll see a commercial at the end of this video for the Hibernation 5s. Now, this seems to be a topic everyone is talking about, and that's Errol Spence, Terence Crawford. Will it happen? Should it happen? You know, possible, undisputed. And I'm here to give you more of my thoughts. And ironically enough, my thoughts have not changed. I maintain the same exact thing. Errol Spence looks like he's in great shape. Check out some of my other videos. He's basically saying that he had 2 potential career-ending, devastating accidents that happened in a span of like 2 years, and he's still here, and he's fighting for 3 belts. He also had tweeted, "I'm doing all the heavy lifting," as you guys see here. I made videos about these things. So you, as fans, if you want to hear the latest and greatest in boxing, you got to subscribe to the channel, because I go over this stuff in real time. So I made a video about this, and I want to revisit this. Errol Spence says, "I'm doing all the heavy lifting." This is 1000% true. He's doing the heavy lifting. I don't know how other people interpreted it, but I interpret it as a shot to Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford fans, haters, deflectors, detractors, things like that. What I'm interpreting as the heavy lifting is taking the harder fights and the more meaningful fights at the welterweight division. And if that's how Errol Spence intended it, then he is definitely fighting guys. Like, you look at when Errol Spence fought Shawn Porter, right? In 2019, I was there, Staples Center, which now has a new name. So it goes to show you that there is some space, because now they don't even have the same name for the Staples Center anymore. It's the Crypto Arena or whatever, right? So some time has passed. Shawn Porter, after the Crawford fight, his dad, trainer, longtime trainer, and obviously lifelong dad, said, "I knew I was going to throw the towel in before the fight started." So he basically had stated in so many words that Shawn wasn't listening to him, and he couldn't get the best out of Shawn, and he knew if there's any compromising positions that he would have to throw in the towel. And we even heard Shawn Porter, if you listen to his content on his podcast and interviews he did, he basically corroborated this, stating, "Yo, my dad wanted more from me and I couldn't give it." You know, he's at the end of his rope. This long story short, he's at the end of his rope. He had a long career. He's going to go out there, do his best like he always does. And, you know, he couldn't give his all in training. But when Errol Spence fought Shawn Porter, we didn't hear any of this. We didn't hear that, oh, Shawn Porter, you know, didn't pull out all the stops, and he really came to bring Errol a tough fight. And that's what we got. We got a fight. I thought that was my fight of the year for that particular year. So it's very apparent. And I mean, I could do this all day. Now he's fighting Yordenis Ugas for a 3rd belt. Yordenis Ugas is coming off the best win of his whole career, because I do think that Ugas too beat Shawn Porter, but the judge didn't see it the same way supposedly as me. So Errol Spence ended up unifying with Shawn Porter, and Ugas went on to do other things and kept building his brand, but he did become a legit champion. And there was this WBA concern because Pacquiao was a champion in recess, yada, 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 because he was inactive, the pandemic. And again, this is why you guys got to subscribe to the channel, because I'm only giving you the cliff notes, because I'm not going into all these things for every video. So that's on you to watch the content. So we got a duel earlier this year between Pacquiao, which happened to be his retirement fight because Ugas whooped him, right? And it's so funny to see the fake commotion from the Errol Spence haters. And ironically enough, Errol Spence is doing exactly what he told you he was doing from the jump. For one, he said, I'm cleaning up my side of the street. These are easier in-house fights. Al Heyman got everybody at welterweight. So this is my playground. I'm a show, I'm the man, I'm the king. And that's what he's been doing. He's been building his brand, building his ticket sales, taking him on, to fights in New York with Lamont Peterson, showing he's a homeland attraction. He fought at the Ocampo fight in the Frisco at the Star. He fought at the AT&T Stadium with Mikey. He fought at the Staples with Sean Porter. I don't know where the Ugas fight is going. So they're doing an amazing job building the attraction that is Errol Spence. The same cannot be said for Terence Crawford. His promoter, Bob Arum, up until, well, he's no longer his promoter, but that just became the case after his last fight, which was Sean Porter. But his promoter for the last several years, for his last, 10, 15, 20 fights, is throwing him under the bus, saying that Crawford can't sell, Crawford's not a pay-per-view attraction, and every time Crawford fights, I lose money, right? So this is very case closed, cut and dry. Some people are emotional, so they're gonna say whatever, but like I said, you can't run from the truth. Errol Spence says, I came back from worse. I went to 3 doctors regarding his eye, and they all said the same thing. So I'll be back for the winner of Pacquiao versus Ugas for sure. I was taught to get through it and keep going. Fast forward to the future. Who is he fighting? The guy I just told you beat Pacquiao in the retirement, your Dennis Ugas. Meanwhile, Terence Crawford said he was going to get Pacquiao for 6 to 8 years, and his team couldn't get it done for whatever reason. Bob Arum, Bomac, or whoever, right? These are the realities. So I see a lot of conversations being had, and they're saying like, oh, after this fight, the winner gets Terence Crawford. And we really don't know, especially if it's Errol Spence. And a lot of it to me is because of Terence Crawford's mentality. He thinks his one belt or his ability to fight, he's leading the pack, and I don't see it like that. And I understand how business works. Errol Spence, should he beat Ugas, he'll have 3 belts, and he'll have beaten Ugas off of his best career performance versus Pacquiao, as I mentioned. Meanwhile, who can Terence Crawford fight in the interim? What can he do? He just sit there and wait for Errol Spence? Again, henceforth, Errol Spence saying, I'm doing all the heavy lifting. And this is less than a week ago, a fan posted this article that I posted on my Twitter, and Terence Crawford previously said regarding the fight with Errol Spence, quote, I'm not fighting Errol Spence for a 60-40 split. He made that very clear. Unless he was the one getting the lion's share of the money, that he wouldn't fight for 60-40, right? Terence Crawford responded to this fan posting that, and let's check out what he said on December 14th. So it's Christmas, today, as of recording the video, is December 21st. So this is what he said December 14th. What's changed? Terence Crawford, verified page. So this is his verified page responding to the 60-40. So by saying what changed ? And responding to the fan, he's basically saying that I'm assuming he's saying that nothing has changed, and he's still not fighting Errol for 60-40. So again, for those that are saying, oh man, I want to see the fight with Crawford Spence after for Undisputed. Until this is resolved, I'm not Crawford's manager and I'm not Errol Spence's manager, but I do know the business of boxing. And I predicted that Spence Ugas was going to happen. And a lot of people, hated and said, oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. And Stanionis has to fight Ugas. And I said, all right, we'll see. Fast forward to the future. I was right. Easy work. So again, if Crawford in his mind thinks that he's going to get 50-50 or 60-40, I see that being a hurdle. That's why I'm not over rejoicing about, okay, the winner of this fight with Ugas gets 3 belts, and just, it's not a given to me. You see what I'm saying? It's not a given that Terence Crawford got action. Not when he's saying 60-40. Meanwhile, Errol Spence, everything he said, he's staying true to that. Y'all must have forgot. Now, I don't know where y'all are from, but where I'm from, I was taught to, if a man has credibility, he's reputable, and he's consistently been right and accurate with information, then you rock with that. Errol Spence, he gets in a car wreck. He says, I don't need no tune-up. Danny Garcia, that's a tune-up. And then he fights who? Danny Garcia, beats him easy, shows it's a tune-up. Errol Spence, he says, my eye's injured. I'm forced to withdraw from Manny Pacquiao fight, and I'll be back for the winner for sure. I was told to get through it and keep pushing. He's fighting Errol Spence, is fighting Ugas, who beat Pacquiao. So far, Errol Spence is 2-0. He's 2-0 with those examples that I've given you of things he said. Y'all must have forgot. Now let's listen to what Errol Spence said regarding the Crawford fight and a potential split previously.
Like I said, I'm the big dog at the welterweight division, and he gotta take a back seat and take that 60-40 or 70-30, wherever we give him.
Errol Spence said live on a fight card when being interviewed, I'm the big dog, I'm the big fish. Hey, stop that cap. Terence Crawford, he got to take 60-40, 70-30, or whatever we give him. Did he not say that? So again, based on Errol Spence having credibility to his word, I'm injured right now. I can't fight Pacquiao. I'm coming for the winner. He's coming for the winner, Ugas. Errol Spence saying, I need a fight that's going to motivate me. I don't want no tune-up. Danny Garcia, my tune-up. Then he fights Danny Garcia in Texas. Again.
Like I said, I'm the big dog at the welterweight division, and he gotta take a back seat and take that 60-40 or 70-30, wherever we give him.
So to me, I'm rocking with Errol since he's been consistent, unlike Terence Crawford's team, saying we're gonna fight Pacquiao in Qatar, we're gonna fight Pacquiao in Abu Dhabi, and then it never happened. And then Bob Arum saying, oh, the money, they didn't send the check, we didn't get a deposit, blah, blah, blah. So with Crawford a couple days ago saying, I am not fighting for 60-40, aka what changed, Mr. What Changed. Again, you guys can get excited for the fight. I'm looking forward to Errol Spence Ugas. I am definitely not getting excited for a Terence Crawford fight because I know how the business works and I don't know that it'll be next. So one thing at a time, you got to crawl before you can walk. That's my time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing, and I'm out. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster.